What's good, fam bam? Welcome back to another Loped Out Live. You already know, man. This is the last live of 2024, the last live interview of 2024. We got a very special guest coming your way tonight, man. He's been on the channel a couple times, but hey, we can never have him on the channel enough, man. A good homie. Been on Hater World, been on all kinds of platforms. You know what I'm saying? There we go, there we go. Okay, let me go ahead and get him in here for y'all. Boom. Filthy Rich, Tapatios, what's good? Happy holidays, man. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We got a very special interview tonight. Y'all already know, man. If y'all been peeping it, there you go, my G. We gotta get the homie on here also, man. So check it out. Anybody that has been kind of waiting on an interview, or we've been trying to set up an interview, all that. 2025 is the year, man. 2025 is the year. So if you've been supposed to come on the channel in 2024 and we didn't get you on the channel for whatever reason, my fault, your fault, whatever the case may be, 2025 is the year. We're going to get it going. We're going to get these interviews knocked out. We're going to keep it loped out, no doubt, for real, all through 2025. And we're going to make these fools real mad. We got the homie in the background right now.
What it do? What it do?
Man, what's good? How you doing?
Man, just chilling, man. Just getting over this little cold and shit.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I was just telling you, I'm getting over a cold myself, man. It seems like everybody's getting sick right now, G.
Yeah, nice the weather for sure.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I don't. How's the weather out there, man? Over here, it's wild. One day it's warm, one day it's cold.
Man, it's been the same shit, bro. It's like I want to say the day before yesterday it rained, and then today it was sunny as hell, and then actually yesterday it was hot. It was hot, and then today it was like it was cold, but it's still sunny. Like it's bipolar as fuck for sure.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
That global
Ben
warming, you feel
Garcia.
me?
Yeah. I think it's the government, man. They got them satellites and they playing with us.
You feel me?
I tell
they
you,
trying to
Ben
they trying to
Garcia in the
create fog.
house.
They trying to create fog to block out them drones. You feel me?
I know that's what. Yep. So yeah, man. You know what, man? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for
Hell
taking the
yeah.
time to come back on the channel once again. I've done had you on the channel at least
I think it's my third
three.
time.
Yeah, about the third time. About to say at
Hey,
least
but
three
you
or
know
four
what?
times, man.
Hey, you feel me though? Like, you know what I mean? I keep coming back because you feel me? That loced out. It's that locals gang. You feel me?
That's right. That's right. It is up.
Oh
Hell
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, man, it's always cool as hell having you on the channel, bro. I always enjoy it when you come through and kick it on the channel and chop it up with me and shit, man.
Oh
For
yeah.
anyone that may not know, if you've been up under a rock for the last few months at least, go ahead and let them know who you are, my G.
Shit, I go by Spooky Myers. I'm an independent artist from Upper California. You feel me? You know what I mean? AKA that hometown celebrity. You know what I mean? Just you know what I mean? Just you know what I mean? Just be just chilling with the homies and fucking. You know what I mean? Dropping that music to you know what I mean for the G's and shit. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. Speaking of dropping music, man, you know what? Before we even jump into that, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find your music and how they can, experience your
Shit,
music.
you can find my music anywhere under the sun. You listen to music and shit. I'm on all platforms. YouTube, Spotify, for Apple Music, Pandora. Anywhere you listen to music, you can listen to me, man.
You on Snapchat too?
Yeah, I'm on Snapchat too. My early stuff wasn't on Snapchat because I couldn't pass that copyright shit. But now shit, my shit's all legit now, bro. You know what I mean? We getting that legal money in 2025. You feel me?
That's right. That's right. And also speaking of music, man, the homie right here, just have you dropped the album yet?
Nah, it's
Or
dropping tonight. At midnight. It drops the 31st,
oh,
so it'll probably be available by midnight. But if not, for
oh,
sure tomorrow morning.
okay, so it's dropping New Year's Eve,
Yeah,
y'all.
New
Like
Year's Eve.
right
So
on New Year's Eve.
So I've been holding on to that project for a while now. Like I think like I haven't dropped nothing. Like all 2024, I just dropped a song here and there. Like nothing crazy. You know, I was doing mostly features, and I was just you know what I mean dabbling around. But I was still in the studio. You know what I mean? I had a bunch of stuff I was holding on to, right? And there was a lot of stuff that because I was working on this project for a while. I think I shit, they don't know Clown Low got some feature on that motherfucker too. You know what I mean?
That's
But
right.
Yeah, like I've been working on it for a while, but it was just that it's one of those things where it's like these last 2 years been crazy, right? Like it's been a roller coaster for me as far as music. Like there's a time where it'll be a point where I'm like at the edge, like all right, I'm about to make it. I got my foot in the door, and then it just goes down, right? And it's like you know what I mean. So it was kind of like one of those things where it's like I felt like I was just kind of I was doing numbers, but I feel like it wasn't consistently like every song wasn't doing numbers because I was just kind of throwing whatever out there. Like that's always kind of been my game plan. Just dropped a bunch of music, but I felt like my music wasn't doing what you know what I mean. One song would do numbers, one wouldn't because I was just kind of throwing everything out there. So I just kind of took some time to kick back and you know really focus on my craft. And so that's this album is a product of that. Like I just grabbed all the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? I fucking there was a lot of songs that didn't make the cut, and I you know what I mean. And that's what I threw out there. Like I wanted to take my time on this project and really show you that you know what I mean, like what I could do. You know what I mean. I wanted to it's kind of it's kind of my perfectionist album. You know what I mean. And it's like and it's at that point too where it's like I'm like, all right, am I gonna do this? Like you know what I mean. There's a point where I'm at that point where it's like, is this a hobby or is this something I want to do? And you know what I mean. To me, it hasn't never been a hobby. So it's like you know what I mean. So to me, it's like you know what I mean. Now and it's now or never. And basically that's what this album is. It's just like I'm showing you what I could do, and you know what I mean. And I'm someone that needs to be taken serious in this industry because you know what I mean. This ain't no we ain't no novelty rap. That like unfortunately that's kind of what we're looked at in this industry. Like when it comes to homies and stuff and especially homies from upstate, like we're kind of looked at like a novelty, and that's not what we're bringing to the table. You know what I mean? With some forces to be reckoned with.
Right. Hell yeah. And you know what? For just to let y'all know, I do got a feature on the album. I appreciate you letting me. We're not gonna tell them what it is.
Nah, not yet. They gotta tune in.
Nah, y'all gonna have to wait for that one. But I do appreciate you actually letting me do that little piece. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy too is that like dope. It's like I reached a point in my career right that I was just like I had to sit back and reflect. Like these last 2 years, I want to say last 2.5 years have been crazy for me, right? Like everything, like I mean, like you know what I mean, everything that I've accomplished, and the reason that I did reach out to you was that I feel like and some way like when we first tapped in with each other, I didn't really have too much of a buzz, and so you're the first interview I ever did ever. So it was kind of like a like all right, I'm a revisit to where it kind of kicked off at, and so it was only right to you know what I mean get you. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean, without exposing too much, it was only right to get you on the project. You know what I mean? Like especially because I feel like this is gonna be a project that does numbers, and I wanted to reflect. I kind of wanted to reflect back on the last couple of years. Like that's mainly all it was like that. I wanted to reflect on the last couple of years, and I feel like you and Frank Vibes from Cali Hood Media were kind of like the ones that kind of gave me that boost, you know, like that kind of exposed me a little bit to the world and shit. So like it's only right that you know what I mean. I reflect on that, you know what I mean? Because we like, you know, a lot of times in this industry, like you see a motherfucker blow up. I'm not saying I'm nowhere near blown up, but I'm just saying like, you know, I've done a lot in the last couple of years. But what I'm saying is, you see a lot of motherfuckers they'll use somebody as a stepping stone, and they don't reach back. Like they don't reach back and give props where props are due. And you know what I mean? And I feel like that I owe you those flowers that you know what I mean. You did help me out in the beginning. You did give me that, you know, that exposure, you know what I mean?
Yeah, hey bro, I appreciate that. We got Droops in the house too, man.
Oh, what's
You know,
up?
Droops showing you a lot of love too, man. Big
Shit.
shout out to the whole Hater World squad, Droops and them, man. And you know what, man? That's one thing about it, my G. I love to have I you know, not to say I wouldn't like to have, you know, the ones that's you know, kind of getting that boom in the game on the platform, but I honestly like to have the homies that's, you know, still kind of like right here and haven't been heard of a whole lot. I love to get them on the platform, man, because it's just doper to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they still got that. I don't know. I just enjoy it, bro. I enjoy knowing that, you know what, I could possibly help them. And that's like, you know, like Lil Travieso, man, when before he blew up, bro, he on my old IG, he started following me. And we was kind of chopping it up a little bit. And he was wanting me to do some reactions and this, that, and the third, right? So we was kind of like trying to work that out. And then next thing I know, the homie blew up, boom, and didn't talk to me no more. And I was like, oh damn, bro. Like And I was like, oh, this little fool, but I was happy to see him blow up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it goes back to what you were saying. Some fools will use you as a step song and then kind of like, psh, you know, like, okay, fool, I got what I, or they feel like they got all they could get out of you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And but that ain't the case, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you never know, man. So, and that's one thing ever since you came around, bro, you've always been chopping it up with me. You always talk to me, you know what I'm saying? We conversate, and so it's been like that since day one, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
appreciate you. And I see what you're doing in the game right now, bro. And I've seen the moves that you're making, and I'm like, hell yeah, he's doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now that's for sure. You know what I mean? And it's like, and it's crazy too, cause like there's been a lot of artists that I met through your platform. Like I remember the first interview I did with you. I think I want to say it was the same day or the next day you interviewed Miles that Duke. I ended up
Yeah.
meeting Miles. I ended up getting booked for a show out there in his city in Pueblo with Bozo and Opina, and I went out there and I ended up meeting him and shit. And that's a pretty cool dude too. I could say that man, I kind of, you know what I mean? I heard of him through your platform, and it was crazy to, you know what I mean? Like, kind of make, like, you know what I mean? Making oh, what the hell? Fucking, yeah, we just, you know what I mean? And it was crazy to meet him and shit, you know what I mean? So, yeah, like, music definitely opened up a lot of doors. It's let me see, you know what I mean? Like, travel, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, the place, gone places that I would never, you know what I mean? That I would never think to go. But I'm glad that I did get to see it. You know what I mean? Like for example, like Colorado. I've been up and down that state. I've been to Denver. I've been to the Colorado Springs. I've been to Pueblo. I've been all over that state. You know what I mean? It's taken me to Reno, to Vegas, to Southern California. You know what I mean? More than once. It's been a lot. I've gone to see a lot. You know what I mean? To Texas. You know what I mean? And so it's been a fun ride. You know what I mean? It's definitely been dope. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, and it kind of shows you that you don't need social media, like you don't gotta like clout chase on social media to kind of to get that bag, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and most definitely, bro. You've been, and also, man, R.I.P. Little Thrivey, man, for
Yeah,
real.
RP. I never got a chance
Yeah.
to meet the homie, but you know what I mean. Being in his hood, you know what I mean. I was out there chilling with his homies and shit, and you know what I mean. There's a shout out to the shout out to him first and foremost, you know, RP to the homie, and shout out to his homies from his hood, you know, the Parkside homies and the Eastside Dukes out there. You know what I mean? They show nothing but love when we touch down out there and stuff, you know. So like I said, you know what I mean, shout out to the whole Springs and Pueblo area, you know what I mean? Like I said, there's nothing but love for all the homies out there when we pull up out there.
Yeah. And Capone El Jefe, SK Mob in the building, man. How you doing? Much love and respect. And and we gotta give 805 a little love right here, man. R.I.P. Freddie Risk and his transmission boyfriend. $2 super chat for that one, man. Much love, but he trolled the hell out of Freddie Risk, whoever that is. But anyways, that's speaking of my list of Duke, man. I gotta get him back on the channel too.
Yeah, now
But
he's doing his thing for sure, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
he's doing his thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's killing it. But
yeah,
yeah, bro. So I see you traveling around, like you say, you've been to Texas. I seen you out in Colorado a few times already.
yeah. Now they
You was
got
out there with Opina and the other homeboy, uh, Boss Life Entertainment.
chops.
Yeah, man, and I know that was a crazy time when that little show was going on because that's when the
Yeah.
whole little
See,
controversy was happening. So what was that like going out there
okay, so like
during that period?
it was a sticky situation, right? I'm cool. Like I'm like obviously, you know, shout out to homie Droops. He's in the chat, you know. So I'm close as fuck with the homie Opina, you know what I mean? Cool as fuck with the homie Droops, you know, they're you know what I mean? So they, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like it was like, you know what I mean, when I seen Blue Devil and the homie going back and forth, they kind of put me in a sticky situation because even with Chops, you know what I mean, he like, you know what I mean, when we go out there, you know what I mean, there's been times where he let me and the homie Easy crash on his couch, you know what I mean? Like,
Right,
you know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard when two homies that you cool with, you know, start beefing it and shit. You know what I mean? But you know, Opina was like, fuck that. We're gonna show face. We're still gonna go. You know what I mean? So we went out there to Denver. We didn't know what to expect, you know, like we didn't know if the crowd was gonna, you know, just, you know, take off on us or, you know, like any of that. I mean, we were ready for whatever. Don't get me wrong. We ain't
right.
we went out there. It was me, Trippy G, Opina, my homie Easy, and Gravedigger. We went out there like fuck it. It is what it is. You know, in the midst of this, I think it had just happened. Like I think everything cracked off. Like when they were trying to make it a Colorado versus California thing. And we went out there that weekend. Like we were already booked to go, so we were like, we're not gonna not go. You know, like that's some bitch shit. You know, so we flew out there. You know what I mean? Shout out to homie David Pistols. That fool swooped us up, and we did the show, bro. And like, not knowing, but you know what I mean? It's nothing but love, bro. Because at the end of the day, like, business is business. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been made out to be a California, like Colorado thing. It shouldn't have been a state thing at all. It was just some. You know what I mean? It was a business deal that went wrong between two people. And you know, it should have stayed between those two people unless, you know what I mean, aligned with, you know what I mean, and unless, you know what I mean, unless, you know what I mean, other factors were brought into it. But other than that, like, it was a business transaction between two individuals, like, that, you know what I mean, that went wrong. You feel me? And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean, like, all due respect, shout out Lefty, but you know what I mean, I've never met Lefty. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not gonna burn bridges and burn a bag, like me getting a bag over somebody I don't know. You know what I mean? Just because he's from the same state as me. You know, with all due respect. You know.
Right.
So I went out there and I did what I did, and they showed love, bro. But it was awkward, you know what I mean? It was awkward. We were in the crowd. Everybody in the crowd had the merch from the show, from the Lefty show, and they had the Lefty face crossed out. There was a little kid, right? His dad was a homie, but he was there at the show. Man, I'm gonna send you that clip so you could post it. You know what I mean? I don't want to post it, but I'll send it to you. But
Yeah.
he's like, nah, fuck that. We don't fuck with that bullshit around here. Like the little kid, you know, he's probably like a 10-year-old kid. Like that shit was crazy, bro. But and then, you know, Chops got on stage. He's like, hey, when I say fuck, you say gun, like Lefty gun. Like, you know what I mean? It was wild, bro.
Oh man, so they took it. They went ahead and because I had seen the shirts that you talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, hold on,
But I
real
didn't
quick.
know it was like
Hey,
that.
this is no disrespect to Lefty. You know what I mean? I'm just saying what I seen. You feel me? Like I said, I got no dog in the race. You feel me? I'm just,
Right.
you know, speaking on what I seen, and you know what I mean, and you know what I mean. No disrespect to that man, but I'm just, you know, speaking on what I seen. You know, my eyewitness account. You know what I mean?
Right. You went up in a venue and everybody had a shirt on, and what tripped me out was it was red paint. Did they all have red paint with it? I'm like, boy, if this ain't trolling, I don't know what it is. But at least he made something out of the merch. I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah.
would have just tried to. I don't know, bro. That was wild but I didn't know the whole crowd had this shit. I thought it was just like a couple
Like
of
it
them.
was a whole crowd, but it was a good. You know what I mean? It was maybe at least half, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like I think he was just passing them out. The homie was just
Yeah,
like,
he was just giving them away probably.
here, you know what I mean? Everybody threw
Yeah.
them up. You know what I mean?
That show looked live though, man. I seen a few different little clips from it. And it seemed like it was pretty turned up.
Nah, it was pretty lit. You know what I mean? It was cool. You know what I mean? It was a smaller venue, but you know what I mean? The homies definitely showed love and shit. You know what I mean? It was a pretty dope show, bro. And you know what I mean? Like I'm grateful to have been part of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, fucking definitely it was awkward. You know what I mean? It was awkward because it's like, you know what I mean? Because you're kind of like, because even though like we're trying to make it not a California to Colorado thing, it's like it kind of gets like it could you know what I mean, it could be misconstrued, you know, like so like you never like, you know, so it's like it kind of like I don't know, it's just it's like people want to make it that, so it gets awkward, bro. And of course, you know, like us being who we are, coming from prideful backgrounds, you know, as homies and shit, like we're definitely not gonna let nobody disrespect our homeland or where we come from, you know. So you know what I mean. So definitely like, you know what I mean. It was definitely walking on eggshells for everybody, but like, and especially us, like we wasn't no punks, you know what I mean. We showed up. It was just what, 4 or 5 of us, and fucking, you know, everybody else was from Colorado, so it was like, you know what I mean. We're not no punks, but at the same time, like we don't like, you know what I mean. We're not like that shit ain't had nothing to do with us, my boy. You know what I mean. We were there to get a bag. And as long as, you know, like it wasn't no disrespect, and then we was, you know what I mean, we was chilling, bro. And to be honest, like I kind of knew there wasn't gonna be, because like I know Chops. Like before that, I know Chops. I know Silent. You know what I mean? I know some other homies I met the previous times I visited. So I know I was gonna be good with them. Like either way, I knew I was gonna be good with them. But it's like, you know what I mean? It was more just like, man, we didn't know what to expect when it came to everybody else. You know?
Right. Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
damn what you got going on as far as, so once again, y'all, just a reminder, man, the album, that shit drops. So it's dropping on all platforms at 12 o'clock tonight.
Yes, sir.
Boy, shit, we less than an hour in Georgia.
Yeah, it should be dropping. As a matter of fact, it probably be up. Man, Silent's a good homie from Colorado. Yes, sir. That shout out Silent. Yeah, no,
Oh
it
yes,
probably,
yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
it'll probably drop like on YouTube and stuff. Like it'll probably drop like 12 Eastern time. Like, cause that's usually what YouTube does. They usually go off Eastern time. But like on all platforms for sure, by the morning it should be up.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's dope, man. And like you said that this is one of the albums that you took your time with it and really like just perfected it, right?
Yeah,
What what
it,
was it like compared to, just the way you was doing it, just dropping?
I think it was like before it was just kind of like I was on on go mode, especially like once I got like my distribution locked in, I got my channel monetized. You know what I mean? I started seeing money come in, like good money too. So I was just like, fuck it, you know. I started dropping everything, like fuck it, you know what I mean? Like I started dropping just funny clips of me and the homies chilling, fucking any song I would do, drop that shit. You know what I mean? Just honestly, it was mostly like it was like on some like I want to say kind of on some greed shit, like just on some like fuck it, like fuck if the music sounds like or fuck if the song's like mediocre, like I'm just, you know what I mean, I'm just trying to run up that monetization, so get the algorithm going. But I think it kind of backfired because then like I started seeing my analytics drop, so I'm like, all right, I took a step back and I just, you know what I mean, and so like, and honestly, and then two, um I got the channel that I've been dropping on. It's like my little management label group channel, right? The 9531 connection. So that one's monetized. So I would drop everything on there. But I feel like the videos I was dropping before were monetized, like a lot of them were like copyrighted, like a lot of the beats were copyrighted, so I feel like that messed up my I feel like that started catching up to me too, and it started dragging down my numbers. So like my goal for this year is to get, I have my own personal channel now, and I'm trying to get that one monetized. I'm almost there, but you know what I mean, I haven't dropped no actual videos on it. I just dropped songs on there like through the distribution, so it doesn't count towards YouTube watch hours. It just count, like, you know what I mean, the views, it'll show as views, but it doesn't show as YouTube watch hours. So like I'm gonna need it, you know what I mean, I just need to work on it a little bit more, and definitely 2025 I'm gonna start dropping more on there, just to get the just a fresh start, you know what I mean.
Yeah, and you know what? A big shout out to DeWalt. Only rest is trash was good. Yeah, man. Damn. That's one thing I noticed on your channel too. You was you for a while there. You was dropping like short videos of you and the homies at like car shows or whatever, or just doing whatever y'all was doing. And I was about to ask you on that, man, because I've seen a lot of artists. I noticed a lot of artists, man. They only drop music on their channels, and
Yeah. So
sometimes like that's all they do, right? And I've always wondered, because as a content creator, it seems like when I only drop a video here, a video there, like it don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just the algorithm, it just kind of like lays dormant in the algorithm. So I gotta constantly keep dropping, and throw it out there into the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? And is it is it the same way for artists on music channels?
I think it is. I think it is, just for the fact that I feel like with content, like it's easier. Like it's a little bit easier because like if you have the right thumbnail, you have the right title, like you're gonna catch people's attention. With music, it's like there's hella music out there, So it's like, so it's hard to catch people's attention, you know what I mean? And so like definitely like I had so definitely I kind of had a little group going. I was, you know what I mean? I was stirring the pot. Like honestly, I was playing with fire. Like I was stirring the pot. Like, I did that video with Demon where we filmed in the you know what I mean, the other guy's territory, whatever. Like that's not what
Yeah.
we're trying to do, you know what I mean? That's not what we were trying to do. We were just filming a video, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean, the that got thrown out there as what we were
Yeah.
doing, and we ran with it. Like fuck it, fuck them fools. You know what I mean? Like we were, if you think about it, because I mean we're in Northern California, and you know what I mean, we're in their backyard, and every time we shoot a video, it's you know what I mean. Every time I shoot a video, it's in their territory. I mean, so it's like, so I mean, I guess it is, you know what I mean. But we kind of ran with it, like fuck it, you know what I mean. So that narrative got painted, and so like when you do like shit like that, like it helps with your numbers on your music, like. So like that's why you see like a lot of these clown ass fools like cloud chasing, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like fucking like idiots like fucking like Tres and fucking and Swifty just cloud chasing all day because they know that that's just gonna, you know what I mean? That's just gonna drag attention back to their shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what, man? That that situation right there, it went viral, bro. It went crazy for a little minute because everybody was touching on it. You know what I'm saying? But I think another thing that made it go so viral the way it did was when that one fool was he sent a little video or some shit to all the all his homeboys or some
Yeah,
shit, letting them know that hey, they're at the store. You know what
yeah.
I'm
Watch out,
saying?
careful.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, man.
Yeah,
But
nah.
yeah, man.
It was it, but I mean that's everyday life out here though. Like you know what I mean. Every time I touch up on that situation, I just gotta remind people that's everyday life out here. Like you know, in my city, it's a little bit more on the blue side. Well, it's all the way on the blue side, but like you know what I mean. At the end of the day, like you know what I mean, we're still surrounded. So at the end of the day, like that's everyday situation out here. Like you know what I mean. Like you know what I mean. We deal with these fools. We're outnumbered. We're outnumbered like easily 10-1 out here, bro. And you know people feel to remember that. You know, so that's everyday life out here. You know what I mean. Like we ain't no punks and you know, when we're outside, and you know what I mean, we're protected and shit. But you know what I mean, that's you know what I mean, us like without sounding too cocky, us bullying these guys is like an everyday thing, bro. Like it's you know what I mean, like yeah, like we go back and forth, but at the end of the day, like you know what I mean, for us being as short as numbers that we are, we bully them, bro. Like and you know like they there's been multiple occasions, maybe not may not be documented on social media, but like, you know, there's always situations like that where we make these fools look like straight clowns, you know what I mean? Because, like, at the end of the day, it's, you know what I mean? Like, we bully these fools, you know what I mean? Like you know, the homie said in the comments, fuck the other side, you know what I mean? Because, we, I mean, we bully them, bro. It is what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And you know what, man? And that's another thing, bro. Do you feel like because you like you just said it, a lot of the stuff that goes on up there isn't documented on social media. And do you think there's a reason behind that? That certain areas put
Yeah.
more stuff on social media than other areas?
I think honestly like other areas are bigger than others. So like there's a lot more shit gets captured a lot more, you know what I mean? Like there's you know, we live in a digital era, you know what I mean? So like these ring cameras and cell phones are everywhere, bro, and they're recording everything. So I feel like in higher dense populations, there's gonna be more of that, you know what I mean? So like when you come like over here where we're at in the Central Valley, like you know what I mean, we're a smaller town, so you know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot of shit that doesn't gets recorded. There's gonna be a lot of shit that doesn't. But there's it still happens. But I'm just saying it happens more in bigger cities because there's more people, there's more phones, there's more ring cameras, there's more surveillance cameras, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And so like I heard you say something. So is there anything cuz man, I've noticed that Tres is jumping up into the I guess I don't want to say algorithm, but headlines right now a little bit, man. And I noticed that there's one fool, Young Domm. He seems like he's kind of beefing with him, and then you just said something idiots like So is there like a small little something going on there or what?
Like, I'm man, like straight up, that fool's a straight clown, bro. Like that fool came at me crazy one time on I think I was on a fool community or somebody there was a actually nah it goes farther than that. There was a I had did a song, it's called 8 Town Bounce, and in that song I said fuck whack, we don't need clout to start trending. Like, you know what I mean? And that fool took that up the ass. Like I was talking about him. And I really wasn't, because I really don't fucking pay attention much to the guy. Like I don't even know who the fuck this dude is. But like, you know, I just know him from fucking, you know, arguing with Whack 100 and shit. But you know what I mean? It wasn't really him. It was more just a shot at Whack. Like fuck Whack. You know what I mean? Because you know all this fucking bullshit that he be pulling and shit. So it was more of a shot at Whack. But fucking Thresh took it all personal. And I told him, I was like, fool, ain't nobody fucking talking about you. Ain't nobody fucking paying no mind to you. So left it at that. And then you know, and then obviously like I did the song with Opina, and then him and Opina have their beef. Him, Trippy G, and Opina, they all have their beef, you know. So then he kind of he kind of took he wanted to come at me on a full community post saying something about that. My only clout came from doing a song with, because you know Opina's a little older. He started clowning on that, saying that my clout came from doing a verse with, like, you know, he started talking shit, you know what I mean, like because I did a song with Opina. So that was his so I was like, you know, fuck this guy. So I started trolling him. Fuck it, it is what it is, you know. Hold on.
See what's going on in the what's that? Do briefed you an idiot. This fool's an idiot. That you know what, man? Does that even sound like a real name? What the hell are they? A damn sorority or a vitamin, motherfucker? Really, honestly,
Oh,
keep it
what's up
real.
with the homie Chops? Okay, so like I was saying though, this fool
False
fucking
life.
hell yeah, this fool fucking he took it all up the ass, fucking started talking shit, you know what I mean? So I just started trolling him, like fuck it, it is what it is, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna hold back. You want to talk shit? I could go after you too, bro. Like, there's a lot of shit that fool, you know, they post on that fool a lot on the social media. Like, fool's a bum on Skid Row. You know, hella shit, bro. He talks all that shit, bro. He don't even live in his own hood. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and there's nothing wrong with moving out the hood, bro. But don't act like you're this and that. Like, you're this big bad fucking gangster, and you know what I mean? You're about the hood. You don't even live in your fucking hood. So yeah, you know what I mean. That's all it was and shit. You know what I mean. Like it was me just trolling him. He wanted to start trolling me first, so I started trolling his ass back. Fuck it.
That's just wild, man. That's just wild. Damn. Hell nah. So damn, what you got going on, man? As far as in the future, bro, you got like some features. You got like some shows. You like what's
Yeah,
going on after this album drops, man?
man. Everything's been kind of crazy lately. Like as far as shows, we just did one out here in Atwater. It was a controversial as one too. Like we got shut down like 3 times by the sheriffs. Like we had, you know what I mean, the ops talking about they was gonna slide it on us and all kinds of shit, bro. Like we had Bozo coming through to Atwater. You know what I mean? We had worked something out with him, and he was coming through. You know what I mean? Had Demon, 16 letter boys coming. It was gonna be, I think, what was the homie's name? Chino the P was coming through. Like it was gonna be a big one, bro. Oh, Pino was supposed to come too, but it got shut down by the sheriffs, bro. And so they were you know what I mean, they were calling us because my name was on the permit and my phone number was too. So you know what I mean, I had the under sheriff, not the actual sheriff, but the like his second in command. He called me, right. I get a phone call from random ass number that a caller ID pops up like sheriff's department. I'm like, what the fuck? And I wasn't gonna answer it, but the homie was like, oh, it's probably about the show, and I'm like, oh, you're right. So I answered it. I'm like, hello, you know, and then they're like, yeah, you know, pretty much telling me that if I even tried to show up to the venue that day, that they were gonna arrest me for pretty much for putting together a hostile gathering, but or inciting a hostile gathering, something like that. So I was like, fuck, you know, like I don't want to get nobody in trouble, you know, I don't want nobody to none of the homies to come through and end up getting caught up with some bullshit or something like that. So I just canceled it, like fuck it, it is what it is. So everybody was like talking shit, like, oh, like you guys were scared. Ooh, they were saying that fucking that Bozo was scared. Like it was a bunch of bullshit, but really what it was that we weren't scared. Like we weren't scared of the ops at all, like at all, bro. Like we had security working that night. Like everything was gonna be good, you know what I mean? But the thing that we were tripping on was just the cops fucking it up. Well, they did fuck it up, you know. So we left it at that. So we ended up fucking just said fuck it. We scratched it, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna put it together, but I'm gonna put it together on a smaller scale. And I don't want, you know what I mean, no big names to get involved because I don't want if this shit goes bad, I don't want, you know what I mean, I don't want to fucking fuck up no one's bag or nothing like that. So we did it. We kept it kind of on the low, and everything worked out, bro. The show went on. It was cool. It wasn't as big as the first one was supposed to be, but it was pretty big, bro. A lot of homies showed up and showed love. So yeah, that was on November 2nd. We did that one, and yeah, bro, it was pretty dope. You know what I mean? It was cool because that's kind of the first show that we've done out here. So it was pretty cool to get that hometown love, you know?
Yeah. What you think? Since the second show was able to go, and the one that had Bozo and the homies coming, what do you think really stopped it, man? Do you think the big names stopped it, or do you think that somebody was in their ear making threats or whatever
I
the case
I
may
think
be?
I think it was a little bit of both because like Bozo is a controversial homie, right? Like when it comes to the beef, right? Like so like you know like he's always going back and forth with the suckers on the other side, like you know what I mean? Like I am too, but he's a lot more bigger name than I am. So like of course like you know like you're gonna like I just have like you know I go at it with the fools that are around my area, but like when, he's more of a mainstream like name, so like when he's going at it with these fools back and forth, and then you know, so you got these big name fucking these big name fools, like you know what I mean? Like there, it's just it brings more attention to it. You know what I mean? Like if that makes sense. So and then not only that, but I'm pretty sure that there was people in the cops' ears like, hey, like you know what I mean? If these guys do this show, you know, like it's gonna be problems. Especially like at that time, I want to say that was like the height of like the Lazy Boy and Little Weirdo and Bozo and like you know when all these fools are going at it back and forth. I think that was like the height of it. You know what I mean? So like
Mm.
it was bad timing. Like that's all it was. It was bad timing. And then of course people were in their ears, and then you had all these fucking northerner pages making fucking public threats on Instagram. Like, and that's really what got us shut down was the Northerners making threats on Instagram, like, and they're making these posts and they're going viral because of the posts. Like they're dropping the addy of our venue. They're fucking saying what time we're starting, and that's what got us shut down, bro. Was that it was a they were saying it was a public safety. It was public safety because of the threats that were made on the show, and it was a hostile gathering because it was gang related. But I was trying to argue the fact that, like, you know what I mean, Snoop Dogg is a fucking crip, and you know there's never a problem when he does the show, you know. So it's like I was kind of trying to play the like almost like the race card, like, man, like you guys are just doing this because, you know what I mean, because we're fucking Mexican, you know, straight up, like, you know what I mean, like they hear, like, you know, the blue side is doing a show and they want to shut us down. They want to shut us down because of gang activity, but every hip hop show has gang activity, bro. Let's be honest, like, let's be 100.
Facts.
So that's the point I was trying to make. But nah, they weren't trying to hear it. And then the sheriff out here, he's a real fucking cowboy. So, you know what I mean? He's a real fucking hard ass and shit. Like he's real. You know what I mean? He's always been big on like gang crackdowns and shit like that. So I wasn't gonna get nowhere with these guys. You know what I mean? Like no matter no matter how much I try to play the system and do it legally. You know what I mean? We filed for permits. We even paid extra money for it was called the special events permit. Like pretty much like it was a Hail Mary. Like it was like, all right, well, you guys know about the event. You guys know where it's at. Like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can we get the event? Like, it's pretty much they only make up people that do block parties get it. But they wanted us to get it pretty much like they wanted, like, you know what I mean? Like pretty much like they wanted like pretty much for us to pay for that for them to patrol the area, and we're like, well, fuck it. I mean, you know what I mean? It's a legal show, you know what I mean? And it's like, so we were just like, whatever, fuck it, just let us do the fucking show. But still, now they still shut us down, bro. Like they weren't fucking with us, bro. And it's like, you know what I mean? And they wonder why the community don't fucking respect these motherfuckers, bro. Because it's like we try to do, you know, good stuff for the kids, and they shut us down. Like even a few months ago, we tried to get a permit to do a give back to the kids in the park, and they shut us down too for gang activity. It's like, you know what I mean? You can't win with these motherfuckers, bro, you know?
Damn, for real?
Yeah, like they've been really trying to shut us down. They were even mad that we did this show, this last one. They even went after the fact because, you know, obviously they didn't catch wind of it till after the show was already done. Then they wanted to go and talk shit, and you know what I mean, and you know they wanted to fucking threaten us with fucking fines and all kinds of shit. But you know what I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they're crying over spilled milk because the show had already happened, and you know what I mean, to further push my point, nothing happened. Like everything was good that night. So, you know what I mean? That just goes more to prove in my favor that you know what I mean, we did what we had to do, and we kept a secure, you know, safe venue for everybody there, for everybody attending and all the artists and shit, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like we, you know what I mean? Like they're tripping we did it without the permits and shit, but I mean, we had a dance permit, but they, you know what I mean, they wanted us to get that other permit again, but they're going to shut us down anyway, so we kind of, you know, just said fuck them, you know?
So as far as like all the money that you paid for the one show that they never allowed to happen, did you get any of that back, or is it like
Yeah,
no, it's
no,
all
everybody who asked for a refund got a refund, but I so pretty much I told the homies, like, look, this show's gonna happen. A lot of the homies worked with me. I told them, look, the show's gonna happen. You want your money back? I'll shoot your money back. It's your fucking money, you know. But I'm like, look, we're gonna do this other show. I'll shoot you an extra ticket for the inconvenience if you know if you want to wait. A lot of homies did it, bro. Like a lot of homies weren't tripping, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And so like yeah, a lot of the money went back to the people who wanted it back. But at the same time, you know what I mean? A lot of homies didn't really want their money back. They just wanted to go. They wanted to come and support, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So it's like I don't know, man. I mean, they don't even want to let you do a giveaway for the kids, bro. They want to like that's just insane.
Yeah.
They
Now
they you know they it's almost like they want to keep painting a picture of a negative, you know, just negativity, and they don't want to let the positivity
yeah,
shine
no,
through it all, you know?
I mean, I get it. Like, I get like where they're coming from, bro. Like, I don't have the best reputation. You know what I mean? Like, I've been running around these fucking streets since I was a kid. I'm almost 30. I'm gonna be 29 this year, and you know what I mean. And I'm still, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not in this. I'm not. You know what I mean? I may not be like a crash out like I was, but you know what I mean. I still have that. You know, I'm still with the team, my boy. You know, so it's like I still have that negative or around me when it comes to the community, when it comes to law enforcement, you know what I mean? Like law enforcement, fuck 12, you know what I mean? I ain't worried about what they think of me, but I'm more just like I've been blessed, you know what I mean, to survive out here, bro, and you know what I mean, and make a couple dollars while we're doing it. So like, why not try to give back to the kids? Why not try to use my influence and the little bit of fame that I have to try to give back to my community? You know what I mean? Like like I don't see nothing wrong with it, bro. Like yeah, I might have got it like in a negative way, but like, you know what I mean, I'm trying to turn it around and give back to my community in a positive way. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, you know what I mean? So like, you know, but they definitely don't want to like work with me, but it is what it is, because you know what I mean, obviously I don't want to work with them either. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck the police, but like it's definitely like they're definitely an obstacle that I have to learn to work around, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And you know, let's talk a little bit about this, man, before I forget, because I almost forgot. I would like to get your insight on this, though, man. So, are you familiar with the full community list that came out?
Yeah.
Okay, and so are you familiar that it pissed Lefty Gunplay off, and he's trying to boycott the
Yeah.
full community?
Yeah. No,
Okay,
look, like I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if you remember, but I had my own little I was blocked from the food community for like a year. Let me start by saying that, because
really?
I was going at it with LA Icon. We did a whole video. We dissed them in a whole video, all kinds of shit, right? It's called Verified, featuring Rascal 2600 and Lazy Boy AT. But we dissed
Oh,
them. I've been blocked. I barely recently got unblocked. I don't know if they unblocked me or if they made a new page or what, but I recently got unblocked. I followed them again. But wasn't to say I think, me personally, like, Bozo's like, you know, somebody that I hold very high and as an artist, right? Like, you know what I mean, he's somebody that, you know what I mean, that I looked up to when I was coming up myself, right? And you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, speaking of Bozo, I got a feature with him on the new album. It's called With the what is it called? Is it called I think it's called With the Homies. But yeah, I got a feature with Bozo on there. But I think that he should have been on that list, bro, because I don't see a lot of people doing the moves that he's making, especially for the age that he is. Like, yeah, he's older and he's been established since the early 2000s, but like, let's not forget, like, the dude's still making big moves. Like, you know what I mean? He just signed that big ass deal with OTR. Like, he just had that big ass song with Lefty and Hitta and all them the stupid. Like, he's like, you know what I mean? Like, that Southside logo, that motherfucker. Like, look up the numbers on that shit. Like, the dude is still, you know what I mean? Like, he should have been on that list, you know what I mean? And amongst other people that, you know what I mean, are doing their shit that should have been on the list. And definitely Peso and Lefty should have been like top 5. You know, Lefty, there shouldn't be no reason why Lefty should have been number 11. Like let's, like, you know what I mean? A lot of people want to downplay him. They say he can't rap, whatever. The dude, like, regardless of whatever, the dude is making numbers. Like, the motherfucker has like the number 1 song in the nation right now on fucking Billboard. Like, come on, bro. Like, if that's not fucking doing, if that's not, like, you know what I mean, as far as like Latino rap, like, there's a lot of people that were above him that have nowhere near the accolades as that, as well as Peso. Peso was kind of already where he needed to be, but I'm just saying him and Peso should have been the top. Him, Peso, Mexican OT, and OGZ, like, they should have been right there at the top, bro. Like no. And of course Bozo should have been on the list, top 10 for sure.
See, I didn't even really look at the list like that. I just noticed that I see the post where Lefty is
No,
going in, and he's like,
I get where Lefty's coming from, bro. Like, cause
he
it's
says
like,
it should be 1, and then Peso should be 2, or vice versa. Either way, but they should be the top 2.
yeah, they should be the top 5 for sure, bro. Because you know what I
Yeah,
mean. You can't forget you got people on that list like
I
Mexican,
definitely agree though. Bozo should be up in that bitch somewhere if he ain't on there.
bro. You know what I mean? I think top 10, but he should have been on there somewhere. You know what I mean? If it wasn't top 10, he should have been on there somewhere. It wasn't even mentioned on the list. But the thing about Food Community is that they have their favorites they play. You know what I mean? Like, they like, if they fuck with you, they're gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna, you know what I mean? But the thing is that, like, you know, that's the problem when we give these type of platforms, we give them like some, like, we let them feel like they're like gatekeepers to this shit, right? Like, they feel like they can make or break any artist, like, and that's not the case. Like, you know what I mean? I got into a Full Community very early on in my career, like, and I've never been posted by Full Community, you know, and I really don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need them. Like, I don't need any sort of like outlets like that, you know what I mean? Like, because you know what I mean, my work speaks for itself. You know, I got the couple that I fuck with. Like I said, I fuck with you. I fuck with Frank Bice, Cali Hood Media, you know, and there's a couple other I fuck with, bro. But you know what I mean? I fuck with Hater World, but the thing is that, like, I don't want, like, and not to sound like cocky or in a disrespectful way, like, I really like all this podcasting shit is new, bro. Like, it's new. It's like within the last like 5-6 years. Like, before that, we didn't have none of that shit. So like there should be no reason why like people like that, like platforms should think that, you know what I mean, they're fucking top dog and make or break any, but gatekeepers. Like they think they're gatekeepers. Like
Right.
just like so, there should be no reason why they should feel like that, bro. Because at the end of the day, like you know what I mean. It'd be nice to get posted by them, but we don't. I don't need to get posted by them. And I feel like a lot of artists feel that same way, bro. Like who was it? Like definitely, you know what I mean? Like you know, like definitely, like homies like Bozo. I'm pretty sure he doesn't, he don't feel like that motherfucker is doing his thing, bro. Like you know what I mean? That fool, you know what I mean? He just did that Vlad interview, Camp Capone. Like, bro, these are big. Like these are real. These are platforms that are bigger than full community. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? No Jumper. Like, you know what I mean? I disagree with a lot of stuff that No Jumper does, but I'm just saying as an example, like there's always bigger. Like there's always bigger and better, you know? So it's like people shouldn't people need to humble themselves, bro. And that's the problem with a lot of these platforms is that they fucking get overblown egos, and a lot of people stroke their egos, and like you know what I mean, that's how we have like dilemmas like this, you know.
Most definitely, man. It's wild because of where I was getting at. By the way, man, let me say, I see you, Spinal, man. You are trolling like a MF up in that chat right now. He's
Oh,
been trolling hard, boy. Spinal, he's woo Spinal, man. Big shout out to Spinal trolling, man. Thunder Loco in the casa. What's good, Rude Boy? I don't know if I said, but I think I gave you a salute. But shout out to Rude Boy, man. How y'all doing? I see y'all. I see y'all. But where I was getting at with that was I agree though, man. Platforms that feel like they can make and break individuals, and there's like some type of machine that can do. Please, that's all. Please, y'all need to go somewhere. All that, but
yeah, for
where
sure.
I was getting at is there was an artist out of Texas that I I believe his name was Big Tone. I think his name's Big Tone. Um
Northern rapper, no?
he's from Houston. I guess he's from Houston. But anyways, he commented on Lefty saying that the West uh I got you, Spinal. I know Spinal, man. I don't let his trolling get to me because I know exactly what he's doing. He's been trolling. He's a professional at this. But I already
Hey,
know.
he's a
Big,
troller. Hey, he's trolling with a wrench or what? He has a
yeah.
wrench. He's trolling.
He's a cool troll, man. He's just trolling. But yeah, big tone. I from Houston, I guess, man. But he had made a comment towards Left in the comment section on to Lefty that when Lefty said the West is up or something like that, he said, yeah, the West is up, but not with Mexicans. He said when it comes to Mexicans, Texas got that. So what do you think about that comment? Basically, what I'm saying.
I think in a way he's kind of right, like because like I feel like in Texas, like they show more love, like they show more love to each other, like you know what I mean. They support each other a little bit more. Like out here, like we come like in California, in the West, I should say, like we come from like a of a more like gang, like more of a gang infested like background, right? So like everybody's enemies with everybody, right? So definitely like there's gonna be a lot of hating, you know what I mean. And there's it's been too many times, especially like when I was in prison, like where it's like, oh yeah, like homies would be like, I don't fuck with you, I'm a rap, like bro, like you know what I mean, like why not, like why would you bump like YG or fucking Ice Cube but not bump like your own, you know what I mean, your own race, bro. Like I don't understand it, like I really don't, like pretty much like you just hating on another man because he's what you are, like because if like you know what I mean, like no disrespect, I'm not trying to be racist, but you put a black face on that man, like and you'll bump him, like make it make sense because there's a lot of like homie rappers that are pretty fucking dope, bro. Like a lot of them. So it's like I never understood that, but that's kind of the mentality that we have out here. So I feel like he's right in a way that like they support each other more out there. You know what I mean? Like and that goes back to the whole Lefty gunplay shit. Like they can't let that man win. It doesn't matter how big he gets. It doesn't matter how many numbers he does. They're gonna always have something to say about that man. You know, instead of just letting him win, bro. So it's like I feel like yeah, he's right in that aspect because we haven't let like we have somebody at the verge of like about to kick in the door on a mainstream level, and we're still trying to yank him back in because we don't feel like he deserves it. Out there in Texas, bro, Mexican OT does a show, the whole fucking state of Texas is going. You feel me? So it's like it's definitely. I think the hate has a lot to do with it.
So yeah, it's like more like Texas, and this is one thing I've always heard about Texas, bro. That they support each other, like they got hella support for each other, you know. And it don't matter, like it don't, and the whole black and brown over there is just like It don't
Yeah.
matter, bro. You know, they support the Brown supports them, and it's like that's what they do over there, man. So what's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? Um, you know, and out here, bro, I've noticed that when it comes to artists, their support, but at the same time, is not support. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's almost like say a homie has a brand he's trying to throw out there, right? They won't buy the brand from him, but let that brand get put somewhere else. Oh hell yeah, I'll sport that. Well, fool, I was just selling those out of my trunk
Yeah.
before the shit blew. What the, I mean, come on, you know, and what's it gonna take, man, to get it to where everybody could just, like, for example, okay, you may not like individuals may not like the way this about Lefty or that about Lefty, but they're missing the main picture that, hey, Lefty's on the verge of doing something that's never been done before. So just show the man some love for that. What's it going to take for individuals to let that happen?
Shit, for you to actually do it, because you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Everybody, you know what I mean. Everybody wants to get in the car once it's already, you know what I mean. Once it's already going, once there's already gas in it. You feel me? Like you know what I mean. It's gonna take him to make it without them, and then they might jump on board, and then even then there'll probably still be some haters. But I think it's like nobody wants to jump on a moving train, bro. Like everybody wants to jump on once it's reached its destination already. So like you know what I mean, and that's all it is, bro. Is that like you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. It's like you know what I mean. You gotta show love like while he's still going up, because it's like bro, like there's a certain point like let me think of an example, bro. Like or like for example, like you know King Lil G, like he's like one of our biggest like artists, like you know that's ever came out of our genre. But like I remember when King Lil G was coming up, you know what I mean, back in 2010, 2011, 2012, and he would get a lot of hate, bro, like from a lot of people, like because his fucking music sounded too black. At that time, the high power shit was ruling, was like you know what I mean, dominating the fucking you know what I mean this little like box we have, you know. But like he got a lot of fucking hate and backlog, excuse me, a lot of hate. You know, a lot of people like, oh, he's not a real gangster. You know, like just a lot of shit, just questioning his credentials. But once now that he's where he's like, you know what I mean, he's at a good spot in his career. Like the man's made a lot of money. He lives very comfortable, and now everybody wants to be a King Lil G supporter. But like
Right.
10 years ago, when the man was barely coming up, everybody had everything negative to say about the man. You know what I mean? And I think that's just gonna be that's always gonna be the case. And unfortunately, it's gonna be the case for Lefty too. You know what I mean?
So it's going to be the case where Lefty just got it down. You know what? And I haven't heard him talk about King Lil G and good man. By the way, man, shout out to Rodney in LA. He's up in here. Um, but yeah, man, I haven't heard Lefty say much about King Lil G lately. But when he first came out, man, he's like, man, King Lil G is the best, and all that. You know what I'm saying? But most definitely, like King Lil G's made his own little lane. You know, he
Yeah.
did his thing, and but he still he still he does his thing the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he moves definitely moves very quietly, and you know,
Yeah,
and like I've never met the man, but you know what I mean, I'm around a lot of people that know him personally and shit, and like the way that I hear that he is he's very quiet, bro. Like you know what I mean, the man doesn't even show his face on interviews, bro. You know what I mean? Like he don't even go
yeah.
to interviews no more without a mask on his face, and you know, like I mean, you don't gotta read between the lines why he's doing that. You know what I mean? But it's like you know what I mean. It's just like the man moves very quietly, and he doesn't bite into a lot of the bullshit. You know what I mean? So it's like that's kind of the lane he's in, and you know he doesn't need the controversy to sell albums, and you know what I mean. And hopefully, fucking one day we could see that for Lefty, where he doesn't have to you know what I mean? He doesn't have to fucking constantly be in because his name stays in the fucking airways, bro. Like you can't even open up your Instagram newsfeed without seeing some that you know what I mean, some that like the man said, or you know what I mean, like they got him under a microphone, like a microscope, and I know it irritates him, bro. It would irritate me, bro. You know what I mean? You can't even say nothing without fucking it being chopped up and fucking you know what I mean, interpreted like 20,000 ways, you know.
Oh yeah. Hey, we got Freddie Risk up in here, man. This the first time Freddie Risk done jump. We got 805 plumbing. Freddie Risk, your homie 805's up in here. He just dropped a super chat saying R.I.P. Freddie Risk. This is crazy. But yeah, man. When it comes to King Lil G, man, and the thing that trips me out is King Lil G. He could disappear for a couple months, and then he'll jump back. Just does do the smallest little thing or whatever, bro. And you make a video about it, and boom, you're gonna get numbers. Like that's just the way, you know, he's
He's a
He's
celebrity.
established like that in the game.
He's a celebrity. Like he doesn't, you know what I mean? Like he just gone. He'll drop a project, disappear for a few years. You know what I mean? Like that's just the way that man operates, bro. Now I've been a fan of him since back in the day, bro. Like you know what I mean? Before like you know what I mean? All the you know what I mean? Like before Letter to Dre, I used to follow that fool. Back then, he used to be on Twitter and yeah, you know what I mean? I've been following that fool since very early in his career, and I've seen like a lot of shit that you know what I mean. I've seen a lot of shit that man went through and shit, and it's like you know it's kind of a blueprint. Like if you got to be smart enough to see it though, you know.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So when it comes to like collabs and shit, what's a couple of your dream collaborations, man?
Shit, honestly, bro, like if you would ask me that, like maybe last year, I would have told you, you know what I mean. But honestly, bro, I'm not really big on collabs anymore, bro. Like I'm just like I'm at that point where I'm just like, man, fuck a collab. For me, like music is just like it's just like you know, it's just me expressing myself. You know what I mean? There's a like definitely like the collabs I wanted to do. Like I accomplished a couple of them. Like you know, I got Bozo on one. You know what I mean? And that was a big moment for me to be able to get him on a song. You know what I mean? We try to lock in a video, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean, him with you know what I mean, like we both have busy schedules, you know what I mean? Like him a little bit busier than mine, but you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? The man, you know, it's hard to get a date with that guy, you know, and but you know, definitely like I would say if I did have to pick like a couple of them, it'd probably be bigger names now. Like back then it was more like you know like doable collabs, but now like if I had to pick like a dream collab, probably be like Boosie Badass or
Okay.
yeah like definitely listen to him a lot. Man, I can't even think of nobody off the top of my head right now, but yeah, definitely Boosie Badass and man, shit, you know a lot of the rappers I listen to now, they like Mo3 was hard as fuck. Like you know I listen to a lot of Mo3, fucking OMBPZ would be a dope one, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That and you know what, man? That would be taking it like, for example, you said Boosie Badass. That'd be taking it a whole nother route, bro. That do you think if you did a track with Boosie Badass that it would that it would what am I looking for? Like cause you to switch your flow up to or like
I
the energy will be different than anything you've done before?
I think I would have to, bro, because like a lot of the shit that's done me numbers in the past, that's like my go to is like that G Funk, like West Coast shit, right? Like maybe not
Hmm.
even G Funk, but just West Coast vibe, right? So with him, I would definitely have to switch up the energy, switch up the flow, switch up the type of beat I'd use. It'd definitely be a challenge because you know what I mean. Our styles are so not alike and shit, but like I'll be up for the challenge for sure.
Hell yeah. But that's what it's all about when it comes to anything you do, man, is trying to is that challenge, you know. And I know I've asked you this before, but let's go ahead before now. Let's say around the last time you was on the channel. I think the last time you was on the channel was the original channel. So um back then to now, have you seen your style grow any or change up any from what it was? What like how long ago was that? Like maybe I don't want to say it was a year ago. Um was it a year ago? It was a good minute ago, but the last time you was on the channel.
I think yeah, because I started doing a lot more melodic stuff. Like I started like you know what I mean singing my own hooks and shit. Like before I was just you know just flow that motherfucker, you know. But like started doing more melodic shit. I started you know what I mean like singing a lot of my own shit, and then not only that, but I started you know I changed up my style for sure, bro. Like instead of just trying to gas the whole track, you know what I mean. I learned to be patient on the beat, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes like I get ahead of the beat and I'm just trying to flow. Like I'm not caring about the beat. I just want to fucking spit like cuz I got these bars I'm trying to get out, you know what I mean? But I had to learn like I learned a lot to you know what I mean, wait for the beat to catch up to me and shit, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like my music is more patient now. Like that's a good word for it. It's
Yeah,
patient.
yeah.
Or I was just eager to get all my everything out, bro. But now I learned to be more patient with dropping music, but as well as fucking being patient with the beat, being patient with my flow, being patient with my delivery, you know?
What that's interesting you said that. What made you like what taught you to do that or made you learn how to make yourself you know more patient with the beat and all like how did you come up with this is what I need to do, or this is what I'm going to do, or how that happened?
Honestly, bro, it was just like I don't know. It was like I was a lot of times where it'd be like, homie, be like, I'll drop a track, and then like homie be like, oh, you feel out beat right there, but I don't hear it. Like I don't like, but you know, obviously they did. So like,
Mm-hmm.
and I would, and so I was like, I was right off like, if it was just, you know what I mean, like if it was being a hater or whatever, you know. But when I started getting it more and more often, I'm like, nah, fuck that, you know. So I started like, kind of like, I don't know, bro. It was just like, cause it was to me, I was just like, I'm just fucking like, cause honestly, bro, like I grew up in like, you know what I mean, like in the era of hip hop I grew up on, like that just sounded dope to me when like where you just like you're spitting and then next thing you know you just speed up the way you rap and then you slow down. You know what I mean? So to me that's what I was doing, but to everybody else, I guess that style has like has it does it's fell on deaf ears now. So like now so I'm like, all right, like well I'm making music for myself, but at the same time like I have people that, you know what I mean, that I make music for, you know. So it's like at the same time like that style obviously ain't getting me nowhere. So like it kind of like I just had to sit there, you know what I mean, I reevaluated my shit and I just, you know, I started uh I started making music that way, you know what I mean? And it worked, bro, because every time I was dropping a track like that, the homie's like, "Oh yeah, like that's the one." Like, you know what I mean? I haven't had a track since I switched up that little cadence I did. That
Mm-hmm.
I haven't, you know what I mean? I haven't had a song where they're like, "Oh, like you know, like they critique me or anything like that." It's like, "Oh, that's the one," you know? That's what you want to hear, you know?
That's dope. That's dope, man. Do you feel like and like since you've started doing it like that and like switching it up to where you're riding the beat a little more and slowing it down and like all that, do you feel like it's going to help you grow? Like, is that something that you're trying to like perfect, or do you feel like you got it there?
It's still something I'm trying to perfect a little bit more because you know some beats are easier than others and shit. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? There's not always gonna be a clear like, you know, like drop on a beat and shit like that. You know what I mean? So especially like I got into more like recording my own shit. Like before I would go into the studio, but like and I would, you know, and I would get my own shit recorded. So I couldn't really like explain to him how I wanted it. So like now I kind of got into like fucking around with my own shit. And especially like it just saves time, you know. I got it like, you know, so saves time. Like I could drop more like I don't have to wait to drop a fucking song. Like even though I've been bullshitting, but like so I think that it's definitely something that I'm still working on. I think you never perfect music, bro. I think it's like you grow as an artist every day, you know, straight up like and but definitely like I don't know, it's just that this album is kind of like I feel like I've said it before, like it's make it or break it. So like that's kind of what I did. I sat back and I made sure that every song was like up to par like before, you know, before it went on that list, you know.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I,
So
I've
damn,
I've been
go ahead.
blessed with music, you know what I mean? I've been blessed and you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, I've been able to you know what I mean, I bought my car, you know what I mean, I got the down payment off music, you know what I mean, I put a deposit on my place with music money. So it's like music is definitely opened up doors and it's definitely blessed me and my family. So like so why not like so I kind of feel like I owe it to my craft and I owe it to my following to perfect my music because you know at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean, this is put me in a position to where I have extra money to support my family. It's put me in a position where I have, you know what I mean? I have luxury things that, you know what I mean, that I've acquired through music, like, you know what I mean, like you know what I mean, like my car, my place, like, you know what I mean. I've been blessed through music, so I owe it to my craft to perfect it, you know, not or to grow every day and perfect it every day that I do it, you know.
Right. And you know what, that the like you said, man, you're now making money on music and it's helping you in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like the down payment on your car and helping you, just live a better life all the way
Yeah.
around.
Oh yeah.
Um, what is that like, man? Like to think that okay, this is where it's getting me right now. So if I keep going with it, it's kind of one of those things like there's no telling where it can go. If I could do this with it right now, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
got to be a great feeling, right?
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. And it's like I'm not even I don't even feel like I'm at the peak or the pinnacle
Right.
of my career. Like, yeah, like I feel like sometimes I'm treading water, but you know what I mean? I gotta remind myself, like, there's times where like, you know what I mean, I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean, like my last song ain't doing too good. And like, you know, I'll get in a mood, like, you know, I ain't feeling the numbers and shit like that. But I gotta there's times where I'm just like, fuck it. I surf through my catalog, bro, in the last from the last year, bro, and I look at all the songs and I fucking And I'm like, damn, this one did this many numbers. Damn, that one did that many numbers. And they were just like, you know what I mean, just songs I threw out there. So it's like that shit kind of cheers me up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because the comments get to you, bro. The comments get, at least they get to me. You know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? So there's times where I'm just like, man, like I feel down on myself, but I gotta remind myself, like, I mean, even if they're there to hate, you know what I mean, they're still running up streams, they're still running up views. So I mean, at the end of the day,
Right.
like their hate's putting money in my pocket. So fuck it, you know?
Hell yeah. Hey, man, check it out. It is 12 o'clock, so it is officially New Year's Eve in Georgia. It
Yeah,
may not be New Year's Eve where y'all at, but it's New Year's Eve over here. And I believe since it's New Year's Eve over here, that the homies album has officially dropped over here somewhere. So y'all go check. Well, y'all ain't on the same time.
I'll
But
come.
if you on the same time, if you on East Coast time, run that shit up. Stop playing.
Yeah,
Happy New Year's Eve, fam. Bam. You already know how we do it, man. Low down, no doubt. For real. I would start getting faded right now, but I gotta go to work early in the morning. So I'm gonna be responsible. But happy New Year's to each and every happy New Year's Eve to each and every one of y'all in the chat, man. And everybody is gonna see this later, and everybody is watching this and will watch it. And shit, it may not even, it may be 2025 by the time y'all watch it. But damn it, when you're watching it, it's New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's Eve, man. Hell yeah. Kicking it, Spooky Myers, New Year's Eve, last live of 2024, man.
yeah.
Epic.
Go run up that Spencer Falcone album though. You know what I mean? That shit.
Run
Hopefully,
it up.
I dropped already. Shit.
Hell yeah. And let's talk a little bit about before we jump off here and all that shit, man. Let's go ahead and break down that name.
Spencer Falcone. I knew you were gonna
Yeah.
ask that. So like, honestly, bro, it came from like, cause Falcone is like our my hood, like our logo is the Falcon, right? Like with the you know what I mean, the Atwater Falcons. You feel me? Like, so it's like that's our logo and shit. You know what I mean? Because like we adopted it from like the high school and shit, the Atwater Falcons. So
Yeah.
so that's our thing, and so like back in the day, fucking when I used to have a trap phone, I used to fucking like they told me to put a name, right? So like for the name, like for the caller ID, and I put Spencer Falcone, Spencer, because spooky, like it's the close, you know, it sounds similar to spooky, and then the Falcone for the Falcon, right? Like, you know,
Yeah.
that's where that name came from. And then like, you know, I just kind of like, I don't know, I was thinking about like names, like when I wanted to name this album. And I'm like, man, I really wanted to do something like Falcon, but I already did like Falcon Blue, like on one of my first mixtapes from back in the day, like from 2013, 14. So I was like, nah, I want to do something different. So I just like I came up with that. I remember that I had used that for like the caller ID on the trap phone, so I just went with that, Spencer Falcone.
That's dope, man. That's and it's really like when I hear it, bro, I just think of like a oh man. Oh man. What's going on, y'all? Hey, I appreciate that super chat 805. In news, Big Tone from Texas is cool with Renegade. Okay. Oh man. Okay. The guest has his phone probably died or something. But yeah, man. So happy New Year's Eve, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. We're going to give him some time because I want to see if he wants to drop a New Year's Eve flow before he goes, even though he done gone. But we're going to see if he comes back real quick. His phone might have went dead or something. But yeah, man. Yeah, his phone died. I'm thinking his phone died too. But yeah, man, it is New Year's Eve. So hey, New Year's is right around the corner. Yo, yo, yo. Man, what happened? What happened? Check it out. I think I don't know what happened, but check it out, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it because for whatever reason my internet started acting a fool. Now yeah, y'all can see me. I'm on my phone, man. I had to go jump on the phone. So my internet started acting a fool. I don't know what happened, bro. I I know Spooky, something happened with Spooky, and then boom, my internet went out. And so I'm on my phone real quick to let y'all know, man. I didn't just want to leave it like that. So I hope everybody has a happy new year, happy New Year's Eve. Big shout to Spooky Myers, man. Look, 12 o'clock, his album drops on the West Coast, y'all. His album drops, he's in the dark. His album drops on the West Coast at 12 o'clock. It's already dropped on the East Coast. Run that up, man. Y'all go show love, run it up, all that, man. You already know, man. Don't forget I'm featured on that. So y'all go check out my feature. Much love, much respect. I appreciate everybody coming through, chopping it up with us, kicking it, talking all that in the comment section. You already know. Appreciate the super chats. Hit them likes, all that. Thank you. Much love, much respect. Happy New Year's Eve. Have a wonderful, blessed, safe, loked out, no doubt New Year's. You already know how we do it, man. We going to keep that shit loked out, no doubt. For real. Till the next one. And I'm out.